1. Almost is the collection of unmarked pills that I harbor for a year. It is that moment when you realize that tonight, finally, you will. It is both that first taste of pill and last sip of water. Almost is then taking the sweetest sleep, but waking up the next morning. Spoiler, at the end of this poem, I will still hate myself. There's no room for character development here when you are depression. When you are the night and all the wolves howl into you. This is not that Phoenix poem where I romanticize resurgence and rebirth. This is not that I hated myself and now I've made a church out of myself, found in me a God worth worshiping to poem. This is that I am unworthy of self-love poem. That my mind has this way of persuading my body to make rash decisions, so I can't promise that I'll still be here tomorrow poem. Almost as making loving myself a New Year's resolution, but then trying to kill myself in the same year. It is not grasping the concept that self-love transcends far beyond thinking you are beautiful. It is recognizing the raw and loving that too. Question: if I love myself, will my poetry be as good? Will my poetry be as relatable too? Almost as wanting to reveal to you the ways in which I've tried to make a widower out of my non-existent lover, or poke holes in friend groups, or family portraits, but don't. It is having to swallow an entire demon and never speak a word on the ways in which it's gutting me out and making a home out of me. All in fear you make an asylum patient out of me, and fear you make a white girl out of me. Cause don't no black girl got no business trying to play God, got no business trying to unflesh their bones. Cause black girl magic does not mean to make a disappearing act out of your body. It took me 3 years to write this. And maybe that's because I could not grasp the logic of how I approached death on his front porch twice, and even he did not want me, spit at me, told me that my sacrifices are not welcomed here, and so what does this say about me? Besides that I'm meant for this perpetual ache, how I was born and this hurt was meant to be all that I am, and truth is, attempting to kill myself has been the closest thing to self-love that I know. Wanting to release myself from the suffering, to understand that hurt like this wasn't meant to go on. 3, I've never been the type to still hammer my faith onto the backs of white men, but I don't know, maybe Jesus has done wonders for you, which is to say, pray for me. Please pray for me. Please pray for me. Please bless this hollowed soul. This, please pray for me. This scratch CD of a mind, this, please pray for me, for me, for me, for me. Please bless this crazy, please bless this scratch CD of a mind. Please pray for me, for me, for me, for me, for me, for me. You know, no one ever tells you how to cope after almost dying from a suicide attempt that no one knows about, that no one can ever know about. How every day I drag myself out of bed to face a world that never had any intentions on ever loving me, and I'm supposed to just endure. How the only thing I can manage to think when I look into the mirror is, you dulled sun. You sea of unrequited love letters, you upside down umbrella. You were meant to catch the rain.